Why did Rowling have to turn out to be such a dick? So, Hogwarts Legacy is out soon, and a younger me probably would have pre-ordered it and taken the day off work to play the game as soon as possible. Because I loved Harry Potter growing up. I knew those books back to front. My family read The Order of the Phoenix so many times the cover fell off. And for my 18th birthday, my parents got me a box set of the series, which I still have almost 10 years later. But as the 2010s went on, Rowling started saying some more iffy stuff, like saying Dumbledore is gay, but never actually putting that in the books or the films. But it was low-level stuff that we could ignore and handwave with some easy excuse. Then, in 2019, things took a turn that couldn't be ignored any longer. I'm not going to get into the weeds of what happened, but to summarise, J.K. Rowling started out by declaring her support of my Forsater, who didn't have her work contract renewed due to some gender-critical tweets she made. Then, in 2020, she wrote an essay stating that trans activism was seeking to erode woman as a political and biological class. And frankly, things haven't improved since then. After all, this started with her just liking a tweet, which was blamed on a middle-aged moment. But as she has been more heavily criticised, she seems to have retreated back into more transphobic arguments, recently conflating trans people to sex offenders. Now, if you do want the full details, I suggest watching either Jessie Gender's or Jammidodger's videos on the subject. They're way better explaining this stuff than I am. But why does any of this matter? Well, Rowling is very rich, and she became very rich because she gets royalties from basically everything to do with Harry Potter. From a copy of the Philosopher's Stone, to a plushy Hedwig, to, you guessed it, each copy of Hogwarts Legacy sold. And she sees every penny from those royalties as an endorsement of her political views. But Rowling's just one person, right? Yes, but she's a person others listen to, and it's already affected politics. In June 2020, the Equality Act was blocked by the US Senate, and Senator James Lankford said that Rowling's 2020 essay was part of his reasoning for opposing the bill. So we don't have to wonder how her words are received, because we've already seen it happen. Now, I'm not criticising anyone who buys this game. There's a lot of grey area where you could argue it's okay to buy Hogwarts Legacy, like game reviews and second-hand copies, to name two. I am also going to state clearly that you should not be directing any hateful or threatening words towards anyone involved in this mess, even Rowling herself. I'm just here to make some things very clear. Buying Hogwarts Legacy financially supports J.K. Rowling, and she sees that as support of what she's saying. Rowling has power. Her words carry weight, and from what I've seen, she doesn't care how many trans people are affected by what she says. And while I, and many of you watching this video, won't face any issues as a result of all the toxic nonsense Rowling comes out with, you may have friends or family that will have problems because of her words. And there are many young kids, trans or not, growing up with the words of a respected author demonizing trans people who just want to exist, be happy in their own body, and are a threat to no one. Because despite what Rowling thinks, there's no big transgender boogie person, there's just some innocent people who are being hurt by her words because she's too proud to see past her own fear. So, I make this request to you today, that you please don't buy Hogwarts Legacy. Thank you.